Crash Fistfight from Fatal Butterfly, and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. It's great to be back.
And it's my birthday, so
happy birthday,
we're going
Crash.
to be celebrating a little bit with our guest host tonight, Gravitas. So welcome, Gravitas.
Welcome, Gravitas.
Thank you.
And before we start with our interview questions and our introductions, I'll go over our mission statement for Musicians Hangout. And that is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music.
We lost Larry.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Bass players.
I'm telling you, like sometimes.
Maxwell's don't have a bass player, so I have no comment on that.
You guys kind of do. You guys kind of do. You have, what's his name? The looper?
Henry.
I always want to call him Bob for some reason.
So Bob's my imaginary friend, Crash.
Hi, Masako says.
Hi, Masako. We've got some viewers. Hey, you guys.
Masako says, hi, Crash and Maxine. It's Masako. Very happy birthday, my beautiful friend. Thank you, Masako. And I really look forward to seeing you on Saturday and killing it. We're doing karaoke this Saturday. So you guys want to introduce yourselves? I know we're waiting for a couple of your band members to come back on screen, so you can let us know who you are and what you do in the band.
All right. I'm really the only important part of the band. I'm the lead singer. My name's John. So.
Such a
and
that's it.
hey,
Wait,
do you have a name?
I said
what's your name?
My name's John.
John. All right. Who are you? Bottom left corner. Wait, my left.
We got Larry back.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Larry.
You're there.
Bass player.
Welcome back, Larry, and he plays bass. Thank you.
Dennis.
And I'm Dennis, and I play guitar.
Very
I'm
good.
Gary, and I also play guitar.
Yay.
So we have a 5-piece band. We have a drummer who's missing right now, but
Drummers.
Well, hopefully the drummer can join us sometime during.
He's having problems with his connection.
Oh, see,
He's trying. He just sent a text.
don't worry about it. Sometimes we have trouble with our connection too. Sometimes, and it's usually my camera. But the cool thing about StreamYard and YouTube is, even if I don't have a good connection at that particular point, the show still goes on. So
all right.
that's always nice.
And you can come back in just like Larry did. If you lose connection, you can always come back in by clicking the link.
Yes.
So we always joke around that technical difficulties is also one of our segments. So bear with us, everyone. But StreamYard seems to be working pretty well. We started out with a platform called Google Hangouts. When that went away, we found StreamYard, and it's been working pretty well for the past 6 weeks.
We've always had problems with Google Hangouts. Like,
Yeah, it was
the
working.
links weren't working, and this wasn't working. If you were on a certain device, it wouldn't work.
Mhm.
With StreamYard, it doesn't matter what device you're on. You can get on it. It doesn't matter if you're on a cell phone or a tablet or iPad or computer. Or, it doesn't matter. That's what I love about them.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for joining us tonight because, we're trying to build our brand of Musicians Hangout, and it's for local musicians, national musicians, and international. So I'm really passionate about learning about everybody's musical journeys. And with that, what does Gravitas mean? Like, what's the meaning behind your band name?
Well, we should probably let Dennis talk about that one since he's the only one of us that's educated in linguistics.
Well, gravitas is the meaning of gravitas is conducting yourself with a certain bearing, a certain seriousness of purpose, but yet clarity. So I guess that's mainly the meaning of gravitas, and
A
it was
certain
always,
panache.
yeah. But yeah, that's about it really. And besides it just was a word that rang kind of cool to my ears anyway. So and so I ran it by a few of the guys, and he said, "Yeah, sounds all right."
Very
And it
cool.
was pretty available as far as I only think there was somebody in Australia using it or something. So,
Yeah, well, that was another issue too. We were trying to find a band name, and one band name, and so we were researching these online, and there one name after another was taken.
Is that wrong?
So we finally ended up with Gravitas.
Oh, I love it. Very cool.
I love that. I love that. Sorry, my kitten is trying to steal my water tonight. Drink directly out of my cup. And I'm just like, what are you doing? He just finally woke up. He's been sleeping all. He's scared of garbage trucks, and today was garbage day. So he spent the entire day underneath the couch hiding. So.
That's another thing that we talk about is our fur babies. Do you all have pets? Like, do you have dogs or cats?
4 cats.
Oh, that's right. Max was like geeking out with Angie over all of your cats. It was so amazing.
I'm surprised they're not bugging me because I'm talking. I would usually bring them over.
They'll
Yeah,
welcome.
I'm waiting for mine to jump up on the table here.
Oh, you have a mountain dog. Oh, they're pretty.
Ooh.
we have 2 American bulldogs and 40 or 50 cats running around.
Crazy cat
I
lady.
had an old English bulldog named Popeye. He was 11. He just recently passed away, so I'm still like recovering over that heartbreak of because I raised him. I had him since he was 9 weeks old, and so I am a huge sucker for bulldogs. Like I don't care, American, English. Like it doesn't. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Stiff. Like I don't care. I love
These
them.
are the ones that people mistake for large pit bulls. They're pretty.
Yes, I know exactly what an American bulldog is. He was on the an American bulldog was on the movie Homeward Bound. You know about the cat and the 2 dogs? Yeah. That's an American bulldog.
Yeah.
I have a pit bull and 2 cats.
Oh, nice.
And they're my babies.
Of course.
Yes.
So
Hey,
we've
Crash,
got quite the
looks
zoo
like
between all of us.
International Punk Kings has told you happy birthday.
Thank you, brothers. Those are my brothers. Those are my bandmates. International Punk Kings. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. It's been a crazy week.
So let's talk a little bit about your genre. What do you guys consider gravitas?
Oh boy,
Good question.
Broad, right?
that's a tough one.
Depends on the song, really.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I noticed
Yeah, there
watching you guys live this last weekend is that it's a mix-up of different genres. So
yeah. We've had people say that they hear a Black Sabbath, maybe Soundgarden, and undertone.
Oh,
to do,
yes, yes.
type. And so
I
yeah,
can totally see that. Yeah.
definitely.
So I don't and then I would ask other musician friends of mine, what genre do you think we fit in there? You're a rock and roll band. Oh, okay, we're a rock and roll band.
You guys are totally rock and roll, and you're really fun to watch. Like each one of you has your own different stage persona, and you're all really, really talented musicians. It was a good show.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
So I was really honored to open for you guys. It was really, really fun weekend for me.
Yeah, it was a blast, and it's each one of us has pretty different musical taste sets or influences. So, and then you put that all in one band, and it gets really weird sometimes.
Yeah, it can, but you can
won't
also
let me bring
add
out my
so many
band.
layers to that too.
Because I'm a big Bee Gees fan, and these guys won't let me do it.
I love the Bee Gees. Oh, don't even get me started.
Black
You
Sabbath.
can't love Andy Gibb, man. I'm telling you. Andy Gibbs, really. As a child, I was always fascinated at how high their voices could go as men. I was just like, those are guys? Like I was impressed and shocked at the same time. Like,
well, from what I understand, and don't quote me on it, I think they are the most successful band of all time when you count their number one hits that they've written for other people that have done and everything too. So
I was really surprised as to like how many hits Prince had written for other people, other artists. Like Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You. I mean, she
yeah. I
ended
think
up giving that one a bad name, but
closing on 100 or something like that was crazy.
yeah, like stuff like Elton John songs too. And I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you start finding out, the singer and the songwriters and where the songwriting, went and where it came from. And speaking of songwriting, how do you guys write? Who writes your songs, or do you do it together? What's your process?
Well, mainly, I guess what we Dennis and I, we kind of had an acoustic thing going before the band was formed.
Okay.
Years back, and we just kind of messed around. And most of our set list is just stuff that we've done. And then when we brought it to the band, of course, we made changes and things like that with everybody's influence and such. But he'd grab his acoustic guitar and start making some weird chords, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's do this. And I just start screaming, and he'd go, that's pretty cool, kind of. Try this, So.
And then there are some times that I would play something that I thought, not this. But then John's going, yeah, that. Like Bible.
That's awesome.
But we're, moving forward, we'll all be involved in the writing process, So.
Yeah, March of the Rabbit People is the first song that we all wrote together.
Right.
Oh,
that was
okay.
based off of a riff that Gary.
Yeah, that was the second song of our set. Kind of that marching beat, and that was the first group collaboration.
Very cool.
Yeah, that song started out completely different too.
Sometimes it's good to do different things, though.
Yeah. It definitely goes through stages when you're writing. Yeah. When did you guys write that song?
I think it was about a year ago, wasn't it?
About a year ago.
Okay.
It's not that old.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, with this lineup, we've been together for what, a year?
Okay.
About a year and a half, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as a band, Gravitas has existed for about, I guess about 2 years, actually.
All right.
Yeah, I saw you guys last year at Daryl's, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys
we've
opened
done
up
Daryl's
for
twice.
Prelude to a Pistol.
Oh, that would have been a good show.
That was a fun gig.
That was fun.
Very, very cool.
So yeah, Christian, who's the drummer for Prelude, was our drummer for a while, and I played with him in Zombie Jihad too.
So my boys want to know if you got a haircut because your hair looks amazing tonight.
Thanks, guys. So I actually had my friend Gina braid my hair, and I left it in for a couple days, and I took it out because it's all curly. But I did have my hair recolored 3 weeks ago. So thank you.
My boys, man, they're so attentive.
Compliments on my hair.
I love that.
I'm known for my hair, so I love it. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. So I was going to ask you all if you could tell me when you started your musical journey. So when did you start becoming musicians? When did you start learning your instrument? John, when did you start singing?
Well, Dennis was my parole officer. And I was in the lobby singing some tunes one day, and he came and said, hey, that's pretty good. And he wound up adopting me, so he's my real father now. That's like how that's all BS.
I didn't believe any of that. I was with high schoolers. I have to read between the BS.
No, for me, it was probably 7 years ago, and I'd never sang or played an instrument or anything in my whole life. I walked into a club in Kirkland, and a band called Clover Jane was playing.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, I want to do that. So I got a microphone and a little amplifier and started singing. I'm going, man, I sound kick ass. And so I started recording myself, and I'm like, uh-oh. So it couldn't be me, right? And that's when I went through the whole technical issue of buying compressors and buying effects and all this stuff. And does that make me sound better? And I'd say, oh man, I sound kick ass now. And I'd record myself and go, oh my God, I can't sing.
Oh my gosh, we all feel that way as vocalists, like when we hear it played back to us. But I gotta say, John, when I heard the reverb that you had on your voice, it was amazing. I was jealous. I'm like, I want to figure out how he does that. So what sort of equipment do you use for that?
Well,
and how can we access it as drummers?
Yeah, well, to make a long story short, I had no natural musical talent at all, and I didn't even know what pitch was. I didn't even know what the term was. I had to Google it to find out. So I wound up. I spent a couple of years with Pamela Moore as my vocal coach, and she pretty much took me to where I'm at now. With the lessons, and she kind of took me under her wing, and I think she felt sorry for me at first. But so it was a journey, and then when I got with Dennis, he helped me quite a bit understanding, different. I guess he originally had heard something in my voice that he probably thought, maybe he's got some, because I know it wasn't, my ear. I had, kind of problems trying to figure out, the pitch and things like that.
You were a little pitchy.
Once it finally set in and I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it, and it kind of just went much further from there.
That's so interesting. You can tell that you've had some vocal training. When you said you hadn't, I was like, really? But then you mentioned you did have a vocal coach, and you can tell.
Yeah, and most of it was really just to understand, music, because I had no
theory.
I didn't understand what pitch and tone and things like that, and ear training and things. I had to go through all that because I'd never done any of it my whole life. So it was just funny, just seeing that Rain, the frontman for Clover Jane, sing, and I was just like, I want to do what that guy's doing, and I did not have the ability to do it, and so I forced it. I said, I'm gonna do this,
That's so cool. Thanks for sharing. So, Larry, tell us a little bit about when you started your journey as a bass player, and maybe what other instruments you play, if you play any. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I started playing piano. My mom started me when I was about 7 or 8, and I played till I was about 14. And then I was like, I don't want to play piano anymore. I want to play guitar. I mean, guitars are cool. And I was learning to play guitar. My brother was better at it than me, so he wound up with the guitar. And then everybody I knew was like playing guitar. Nobody was playing bass. So I bought an old, I think it was a 78 P bass. That would have been about like 82. So it wasn't worth anything. I wish I still had it. And then started playing bass and started playing punk rock. A lot of early stuff. I loved Walking on the Moon was one of my favorite bass lines that I ever learned right off the get-go. And then just kept playing bass from one band to the next, cover bands, original bands, punk rock bands, country bands. I ran into these guys. John and my son were playing football. He had an Ernie Ball hat on. And I asked him if he played guitar, and he said, I own one, but I don't.
The Ernie Ball hat.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he goes, oh, I'm a singer and a friend of mine. We play. We're looking for a bass player, and I was like, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry, I play bass."
And he built and he sacrificed big portion of his garage for our rehearsal studio, so he's got all the good equipment. So we're like, all right.
So you guys all get together and practice at Larry's.
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
The bass player.
Yeah,
Imagine that. I practiced at our bass player's house too.
And Dennis and I were so excited because Larry,
violins and stuff like that.
because Larry technically knows how to set up a sound room, and Dennis and I were always struggling with all kinds of stuff, and he's just like, well, you just do this and you do this, and we're like, all right.
Wow, you sound like a very important piece to this puzzle, Larry. Very cool. Did you mention you played violin? Is that what you said, Larry?
Yeah, I first I started playing mandolin because I wanted to learn to play violin, but I didn't want to screech, so I figured I'd learn all the fingering first.
Yeah.
And then I started playing violin, and I got to a point where I could play it, but I could never make it sound. I gotta make it sound good to me. So
that's why you changed to a viola.
Kind of by the wayside.
Cool.
Viola is like the base of the violins.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on buying cellos and upright, 3/4 upright basses and side basses.
Yeah.
Every time I do that, my wife just looks at me and says, "Do you really need another one?"
Yes.
She's lived with me. She lived with me actually having a full sound system for a six-piece band that did covers for about 10 years.
Wow.
So, the whole soundboards. I've told these guys at one point in time, I added it up just for nothing else. I had 1,500 feet of microphone cable.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Good friend to have.
Yeah, this stuff adds up quick.
Yeah, it does. Is your wife a musician or a lover of music? Obviously a lover of music, but is she also a musician?
She's always said that she wants to learn. She played guitar when she was younger.
Oh, cool.
And, I sold some of my pianos, my drums. Every time I go to sell something, she goes, "Don't sell that. I might want to learn how to play it." I'm like, "It's been here for 20 years."
Time flies.
The boys say, Larry, a punk rock bassist, that's very cool. And they also say that the upright bass is way cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's way cool, but I'm one of those people that I'm either going to go big or go home, and it's going to be a $4,000 or $5,000 investment when I do it.
Woo!
I feel you on that. Big, go big or go home.
Yeah,
Until you have to haul it around, and then it sucks.
So how about Dennis? Tell us about your musical journey.
Well, I grew up in a fairly musical family. I mean, we had a piano, and my dad played guitar, and so there were always guitars available for me to pick up. He was really big on old style country music, which I absolutely hated. And he was always trying to get me to play guitar, but I just associated it with the music that I didn't really like. I mean, I wanted to play rock, and he wanted me to play Ernest Tubb. So he finally gave up trying to get me to play, and so I picked it up when I was about 13, and that was a really long time ago, so I started up playing. Actually, the first full complete song that I learned how to play was 18 by Alice Cooper. When I learned that E chord and that C chord and that D chord, when I put those three chords together, I thought, God, this sounds good.
Yeah.
And
killer.
Yeah, and then I also took piano lessons for about a year, but I quit because I just couldn't. I was really impatient to learn how to read music, and because I could hear the music and I wanted to play it, but I didn't want to learn to play by the notes. I wanted to hear it and then play it, and that frustrated me. It frustrated my piano teacher, and it especially frustrated my mother, who put me up to piano lessons.
The one paying for all of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I did eventually quit that, and over the years, I got some electric equipment and then some and I started acquiring guitars. I took about one semester of classical guitar in college, and of course I'm a really undisciplined guitarist, and so you can imagine that was frustrating too, trying to learn how to play by notes, specifically certain fingers, certain positions, but I did learn how to hold my hands and that kind of thing. Then I discovered flamenco.
Ooh.
Oh, I love flamenco.
Flamenco just is when you see a really good flamenco guitarist, it's a mind-blowing experience.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, they do some things that are just that you don't think how does he do that? You know, how do they really do that? How do they do that really fast piccato?
There's a band called Ojos de Brujo, and they play flamenco that is just, it's almost like punk metal rap flamenco.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
They're amazing.
And then there will be a flamenco section added to our performances coming soon, right, Dennis?
Yeah, a little bit. But
we keep telling him, man, that's so cool. We got to stick that in the show, you know?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I always kind of thought that, I kind of felt like flamenco it's like the heavy metal of nylon strings.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's
yes.
Really intense. And I never really got particularly good at it, but I have a lot of fun with it.
I feel like that's what it's about, though.
Yeah, that's what.
Flamenco always just sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. And
but don't ask me how to play it. I'm a drummer, so.
Tell us a little bit about your guitars. Like, you have one guitar, multiple guitars, and what kind are they?
Well, the main guitar I'm using now is an ES 335 that I just always wanted to have a 335. It's the hollow body that I played at the gig.
That was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That may have caused. Oh, it's a wonderful instrument. I really love playing it. It has a great feel to it, and normally it has a great sound. It can cause some issues in certain live situations. We're finding out.
Huh?
But,
how so?
Well, feedback.
Feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But I'm basically, I guess I was drawn to the hollow bodies because I'm basically an acoustic guitarist who ported over to the electric realm.
Oh, yeah.
And so everything that I play is in my mind is acoustic, and so it doesn't always translate right away or very well or both. but it's just the way I play, and it's just the way I see music. I do have two flamenco guitars.
Oh.
I've got a couple of six string steel string guitars. I've got a Martin and a Taylor that I love using.
Very nice.
That I'm going to use on our on one of our songs on our recording coming up, and it sounds really nice. I could bore everybody with a story about all my guitars, but I won't do that.
We have the time. Go ahead, tell us a story. Like, seriously, that's what this is all about.
Okay, I'll tell you about my oldest guitar that I have.
Yes, please.
It's a classical guitar that I got in about 1977, I think.
Okay.
And so it's been around for a while. I mean, gosh, I guess that's really.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I've been around since '73.
It's been to 3 countries. Well, it's been to Germany. It's been to Japan, and it's got a big hole in it, just like almost as bad as Willie Nelson's guitar. From doing all this flamenco tapping on it. And so I've kind of retired that guitar, but that's my oldest one, and it's near and dear to my heart. It's not my best guitar by any means, but it has a lot of sentimental value to me.
Yeah, it was your first love. Your first guitar is your first love. You know. Yeah. I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I get it from Max, my husband. So I totally understand what his first guitar means to him, and all of his guitars. And I appreciate your information on the hollow body, because he doesn't have a hollow body yet. He really wants one, and I usually get him a guitar for any type of milestone, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or Christmas or something. So he's possibly maybe going to have a milestone birthday next year, and I'm looking into hollow body guitars, so I might have to pick your brain on that.
Sure thing.
Cool. Thanks, Dennis.
So we have a couple comments from my brothers. Awesome, Dennis. You seem to have a varying degrees of improvisation in your style of play. Great message, bro. So
nice feedback, viewers. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Gary, your turn.
Ooh, tell us a little bit about your musical journey.
I started playing drums in grade school, and actually stayed in the band all the way through high school, through graduation.
Nice.
A couple of years later, friends started bringing his guitar around, and that got me interested in it, so I started playing guitar too. And that kind of took over.
I
took lessons a lot in high school, and first real band I was in was like 98. Started jamming with a bass player that I worked with, and just kind of went from there and collected the rest of the people and did one show, and the band broke up. So.
Oh.
Welcome to the 90s.
Yeah.
Shit happened.
Yeah. And
I've pretty much played guitar since then. So.
What was your first guitar?
A cheap, no-name guitar that I don't remember.
I see.
My parents picked it out at a music store. Just something cheap, because is he going to want to play it or not? So here's something to start out with.
Way to begin. I like it. I like it. What was your first drum set, or was that through the school?
My cousin was a drummer, and I bought his old set. It was a Ludwig 5-piece.
Oh, nice. Ludwig's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. I bought a Ludwig snare a month ago at a pawn shop here for $100.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. It was marked $230, and I talked him down because it came with a xylophone, and I didn't want the xylophone, but he didn't want to separate the two because the case holds both the xylophone and the snare. So yeah. I told him I had no use for the xylophone. So he
What drummer has a xylophone and a snare though? That's so weird to make a case like that.
Neil Peart.
It was two random ass things. They were just like, you know what we need to do? We need to make a case for a snare and a xylophone.
I think it was a custom piece that was designed by Ludwig for this person. Is what I
played an orchestra or something.
I really want to know what kind of music that person was really into.
Yeah.
This is kind of a weird combination.
Well, when I bought it, I definitely thought of Chuck from Strawberry Rocket. I was like, he was
Chuck. Let me tell you. So my first show as a professional drummer was obviously with Fatal Butterfly. And it was on Chuck's freaking kit, and his kit is like, I
Enormous.
thought my kit was big, but
He's
no,
like Neil Peart of the underground music scene.
he's got like 7 more
Yeah.
drums on me, plus like a gong and like wind chimes and like
I know.
blocks and like,
I was gonna steal his gong at the benefit we were at.
oh, me too, girl. I have been eyeballing that gong for like 4 years now. Like, what are you gonna do with that gong, Chuck? But anyway, yeah.
So Gary, do you own other guitars?
10 or 11 other ones. Yeah.
Ooh.
What is it with guitarists and collecting guitars? Do you play on them all? Because I mean,
Well, all
a
have
few of them I
different
don't.
sounds.
or do
all
they
have
just sit and collect dust?
They're in a rack right behind me, most of them.
I
Right.
have I
Let's
know
play 'em off
somebody
and
who
on.
has like 113 guitars, and every time they buy another one, I just get furious with it. And I'm just like, well, that's just another like instrument that's just gonna sit in your closet or in a corner somewhere just collecting dust. Like, have a little more respect with them. Like, they were meant to be played, bro. Like,
I've got most of them out where I can pick up random ones and play them.
He plays them all.
if you can play them all, like,
at the same time.
but I feel like
I'm not Rick
113
Nielsen.
is just like way too many guitars, and like that's just abuse at that point. Somebody needs some like MA, Musicians Anonymous or something.
What's your favorite guitar, Gary? Do you have a favorite or like top 2 or 3?
Probably the 3 that I did at the last show. The Les Paul. I got a Washburn, like a Telly copy. It's got upgraded pickups in it.
Okay.
And a Jackson V.
Oh
Those
yeah.
are the top 3 right now.
Nice.
The Washburn is probably about the oldest one that I have.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
I got that in like 94, something like that.
Oh, sweet.
The guy I was working with was filing for bankruptcy. He's like, give me $200 for it, or they're going to take it. My bankruptcy. Okay, here you go.
Oh, yes. Score.
So I don't know how old it actually is, but it was like 93, 94 when I got it.
Wow. It might be worth some money now, dude. Like, that's cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's an import, so probably not.
Oh,
It depends upon if it's like a Japanese import or
The USA made ones are usually more expensive ones.
mhm.
yeah. Aren't there ones from like Mexico though too?
That's a lot of the Fender had a Mexico shop.
I got a Mexican Strat. It's like $200. They're not really expensive.
Well, we have a question from our
There's a very
chat
brief
room.
amount of time where Fender
I know. I was just gonna.
from Mexico would have to be shipped up
So
to the U.S. to be assembled.
Trigger is a Martin N20 nylon string plus. Oh my god. I don't know. Do any of you know the name of your music items?
I don't name mine.
I
My
don't name
drum's
mine
name is
either.
Tank.
I call my drum
Okay.
set.
Have you
Like,
been to your
you-
microphone yet, John?
What's that?
what was that, Larry?
I was wondering if John named his microphone yet.
Not yet. Not yet. But I think
Next time I
probably-
see you guys live, I want to know the names of your instruments. That's your homework.
I have gone through an awful lot of different microphones, so I found the couple that I really do like.
My mic's name is Micah Mafone.
John, what sort of microphones do you have then?
Well, what I use now is I use a Mic Tech. Seems to be the best one that I found for live performances, and it still has quite a range on it.
Like,
My favorite is the Telefunken M80. It
okay.
The what now?
Telefunken M80.
Telefunken.
That just has such a rich tone to it, and it really and it gives you a lot of room. It's just a little tougher for sound guys to deal with than the Mic Tech is.
Oh, okay.
But your standard stage mics like the Beta 58s and the 57s. I don't care for them. They seem to clip too much off for me.
Oh, okay.
But their sound guys love them because they don't feed back. So,
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
This is going way above my pay grade here. I can only count to 4. Like, I don't know anything about microphones. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing, you guys. It's all really interesting. And I've had viewers tell us that they learned so much from the musicians that we have on, and they're able to, get ideas from all of the musicians on our shows on what to research and what to find. So thanks.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what music and what bands inspire you as individuals. So what are your favorite bands that you listen to?
Mike, me first? Well, I always tell everybody that if I was stuck on a desert island and only one catalog of music I could take with me from one band, it would be Soundgarden. Their diversity and and the songwriting and the lyrics and just that just does it for me. That their whole catalog is just, I can listen to it over and over and over and over and over.
Well, and Chris Cornell's voice can like peel paint from a house. I mean, he has the most beautiful vocal range in the world. Like,
yeah. So and his voice, of course, is a big influence of mine.
That's awesome.
But and then another singer that I really like in band is Shinedown. I think Brent Smith is amazing.
I always forget about Shinedown.
Yeah, he's just always right on point and right on. I mean, his pitch seems to be just perfect.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And his tone is really great. And such like that. So, but as far as musical influences, I'm all over. I'm not joking when I say I'm a Bee Gees fan. And I love Michael Jackson and anywhere to I like Flock of Seagulls. I drive these guys crazy.
Oh my god, I love the Flock of Seagulls. Come on now.
You drive the other guys crazy because I join in with you.
That's awesome.
I wanted to do that one song from Kaka Juju. What are they named? Kaju
Gugu.
Kaju Gugu.
Kaju Juju.
Shy, whatever that song is.
I know that song. Too shy.
Yeah, there you go.
Eye to eye.
Okay.
And of course, I sing a lot to Gary.
Aww.
I sing songs to Gary while everybody's warming up.
That's so cool.
I love that.
I love that too. Sweet. Well, thank you. How about you, Larry? Who are your favorite bands or musicians?
Sorry, it's popcorn time.
I'm a lot like John in that, like, the first album I ever bought was Who by the Numbers, and then Sweet Desolation Boulevard. So and the Who, that was still one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. Was the Who. I'm a huge Who fan.
Gosh, I bet that was a good concert.
That was T-Bone Burnett, The Clash, and the Who.
Oh, I love the Clash.
Good lineup. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. But I listened to a lot when I grew up. I grew up like the late 70s, early 80s, about the same time as John. But I just had such a huge variety of music that I was exposed to. I had one friend that was just everything punk rock, Dead Kennedys, you name it, and another friend of mine, he was huge into Rush and progressive rock.
Oh yeah.
And so just the three or four of us hanging around, we listened to everything Zeppelin, Sabbath, all the early metal stuff. Got into that pretty heavy.
Nice.
And just, yeah. But I like what we're doing now. It's just kind of a blend of everything.
Yeah.
We used to have one song that had kind of a reggae influence, but it didn't really fit.
Interesting. Thank you so much. How about you, Dennis? Who are your your favorite musicians' favorite bands?
Well, I've gone through so many phases, and when I first started getting interested in music, it was I actually do go back to about 1970. when I was a little kid, and so I actually was first taken by the Beatles right around the time they broke up.
Oh wow.
But then I moved on to other stuff like I got heavily into Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Oh yeah.
And
oh, I love
and
Young.
oh gosh, yes, and Neil Young. But then I discovered Black Sabbath around the same time. And so I began to have musical interests that were on kind of on opposite sides of the rock genre, you know. And so I went on to get more and more interested in that, and then progressive rock came around, and probably my heaviest influence is progressive rock, especially bands like Yes. Although I could never aspire to be a Steve Howe, but I was really inspired by him and Yes music. I got heavily into Rush. I love Rush so much. Later on in the 80s, I got into the whole 80s metal thing.
Oh yeah.
I got into Yngwie. I had an Yngwie stage.
I love your timeline. It's like
well, and then I got into reggae too, like Larry was saying. I went through a reggae phase, and so that I've always got those reggae rhythms pumping behind me a little bit. Then I got into bands like like everybody else, Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and all the all the great Seattle bands. And I kind of never moved on from there.
gotcha. Yeah.
You know,
Hard to move on from there. That was I'm very influenced by that era, so I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great era to be influenced by, and there's and there's a pretty wide range of music that came out of it. You know, there's no
very revolutionary. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, that's about it. Besides my flamenco stuff that was always in the background. But,
That's awesome. I love that. And yes, I do expect to see that live someday.
It's coming.
I'll see what I can do.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dennis. So how about you, Gary? Tell me a little bit about your favorite bands and favorite musicians.
I keep expecting the way Gary looks on the screen like a demon to come up behind him.
She might.
Like he's doing like we interrupted him doing a seance or something.
Yeah, he's got the kind of that seance lighting.
Yeah.
People in rooms with candles will be walking behind him.
It's pretty metal, though. I mean,
so Kiss pretty much started it for me when I was a kid, when I was young. Ace Frehley, one of the reasons I picked up the guitar. And then after that, Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads were big influences on getting me to play. All the, Purple, Judas Priest, AC/DC, all those bands. I was into that. And then my neighbor brought over Metallica, Kill 'Em All.
Oh, yes.
And that got me into thrash. A lot of bands probably a lot of people haven't heard of, but still one of my favorite genres.
Sweet.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, some of the blues guitar players. I actually saw him play in Everett about a year before he died.
Oh my gosh, you are so lucky. Wow.
He was doing a warm-up show before he went on tour. And for some reason, they played at Everett, at the high school.
Yay! That's so awesome.
And some more weird stuff like Reverend Horton Heat. He's a lot of his stuff's really weird.
Wow, very, very cool, guys.
Randy says he thinks he got it figured out.
Yay! Come on in, Randy. I'm missing my drummer, brother. So hopefully you can click in. I see that we lost Crash momentarily, but she usually comes back in when we have a difficulty like that. So
I told him to come on in.
come on in, Randy. Join us. Clickaroo. Hopefully, let's see. I don't see him yet. I can try to bring him in once he's visible on the bottom screen. Are you finished sharing, Gary, about your musical influences?
Pardon?
Were you finished with telling us a little bit about your musical influences?
I pretty much covered it.
Cool. So while we wait for Crash to come back in and Gary to hopefully tune into the show, I'll go over my segment of music news with y'all. So I got a lot of music news tonight. Starting out with some sad news, unfortunately, we've lost a lot of really great legends in our music world this last week. So starting with singer-songwriter Daniel Johnston. So he died at, I believe, age 58, which is pretty young, I think. Like that's not old at all. And Eddie Money. So I was pretty bummed about losing our star from the Cars, you know, like, or Eddie Money. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. The Eddie Money wrote "Take Me Home Tonight" and
Two Tickets to Paradise, Shaken.
Paradise. Yeah, my mom.
About 5 different hits.
You know who that is? Yeah, a lot of really big hits. So that was really sad to lose.
Sorry, I lost internet connection, but
yeah.
Internet Eddie Money. I was really sad because I loved watching him on MTV with him and that Ronnie girl.
Wasn't he a cop before he?
Yes,
He was. He was a New York cop.
He was. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your.
No, you're fine. I went into music news after I got done interviewing them about their favorite bands. So I just started music news, Crash. You haven't missed much. I was just going over all the sad news from this week because we've lost a lot of really cool people. The Cars singer-songwriter Rick Alsick. And I was pretty bummed about that. I'm a big Cars fan.
Wait, what? He died?
Yes.
Yeah, he died.
Oh
Just recently in the past few days, yeah. So.
Oh, see, I haven't been on Facebook much, so I don't know what's been going on in the world.
Yeah. So really.
Oh, that one stings just as bad as like David Bowie.
Oh gosh, that was. Oh my gosh, the year we lost David Bowie, we lost a lot of other people.
We lost everyone that year.
Wasn't that the same year we lost Chris Cornell too?
Yes.
It was like we were losing everybody that was awesome. I was like, no, I can't take anymore. Don't do this to us. And I'm a big Clutch fan, so it's a Southern rock band, and their keyboardist Mick Schuer passed away a couple days ago. So I'm going to the Clutch concert in Seattle next month, and I'm just waiting to hear how the tour is going to go without their keyboardist, and I'm waiting on any updates with that. So
I see a kitten ear.
what was that? Oh, I see.
I see a kitten ear.
You couldn't stay away.
What's his name? Is it? Didn't you say you named him Gung Pao Chicken?
This is Mila the cat.
Mila the cat. Ooh,
Mila the cat. Yeah.
Oh, pretty kitty.
I like that.
With this, like, with all of us having pets, there's bound to be at least one cat in the screen at some point. I'm surprised my cat hasn't shown up yet.
I think mine's out prowling my bat.
So
2 of mine are sleeping.
a study that I read about on loudwire.com was done by South China University, and they studied the most dangerous and least dangerous songs to listen to while driving. So they used a total of 20 drivers and 60 driving simulations. They measured the association between music listening and the physiological and psychological responses during their driving performance. So what they found was that Green Day's American Idiot is the worst and most dangerous song to drive to.
I would have figured Slayer.
Right?
Or anything from Devil Driver.
Right. So I don't know what playlist they have, but I guess Green Day was the most dangerous. And the safest song to listen to while driving is Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. So,
Well, it's probably safest for me because I would never listen to that song. That's just me.
I would have thought anything by Celine Dion.
oh, right. Yeah. They said it was interesting that
Enya?
both songs were in the rock genre.
Oh, shoot. Okay, guys, guess what? Randy finally.
Randy!
So I'm going to drop out.
Okay. I'll finish music news after I welcome Randy in.
Okay, and then
Hey.
yeah, I have music news though too.
Okay.
So I'll drop out and then I can still watch.
Okay, cool. Come on in, Randy.
He's a drummer, so
How do you know what we feel?
Okay,
like
well,
practice?
somebody has to like leave the studio in order to like, because it's like the studio is limited to 6 people on the screen. Please remove someone before adding another.
So that doesn't count you?
But I'm oh.
Okay. Aha! Aha! Oh. Oh, dang. Randy.
What the
Where
hell?
are you,
He
friend?
was here. He was here. Wait. Okay, I'm dropping out.
woohoo!
That's his name. Yeah.
You made it.
Hey.
Uh-oh, he's frozen.
Well, he looks fabulous for being frozen. I mean, sometimes you freeze and you look kind of weird. He looks fabulous.
Yeah. Now.
It sounds like you can hear us too. I can kind of hear him.
It's Gary. Now I don't see Gary.
Oh,
Now I
there
see
you
Dennis.
are,
Now I
Dennis.
see Gary.
Now we can hear you.
It
And you're
says,
moving.
it says it's having trouble connecting.
Oh, you're showing up.
Yeah, you're alive now.
You guys are just
Yeah.
muffled.
Oh,
So I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but
I
Yep.
can hear
can hear you.
I tried.
well, can you turn up the
Damn
volume
it.
on your microphone to hear us or on your speaker?
I think
Oh
He's gone. Sorry.
he's
I tried to tell you guys that his connection was bad. I posted it in.
no! Oh, I see now. It came through. Sorry about that crash.
Yeah, no, it's his connection is bad.
Oh, he
Okay,
looks great.
I'm gonna drop out again.
Okay.
Hopefully he's not there yet.
Well,
Oh,
while
wait.
we work on that,
I'll
can-
add him. Bye, guys.
okay.
Screw
So
it.
while we wait for Randy, oh, there he is. He's back.
I'm gonna go to a different area and see if I can't log back in because I'm not getting the exception whatsoever.
Okay. Yep. Just click the
All
link
right.
from that. He's like our mystery guest. So I guess I'll finish up with my music news. I've just got a few more things to go over while we wait for Randy and for Crash. So Pink Floyd guitarist sold his collection for climate change activists, a collection of 130 instruments sold at auction for more than $21 million.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty awesome. And speaking
That's
of
amazing.
Celine Dion, so we mentioned Celine Dion earlier about her music for driving. She opened up on NBC's Today Show just this morning to enlighten her fans that she is prepared for a new beginning in life and in her music career after the death of her husband. So we wish you well, Celine. We understand that you're going through a lot, and we are looking forward to your future endeavors.
Another kitten face.
Oh my, look at that kitty.
Hi, Angela.
Oh, so fluffy.
Hi.
It's a fluffy kitten.
Hi.
Oh my.
So we lost Randy again. So, oh, he's a Maine Coon too.
Oh, he does.
She's a Norwegian forest cat, actually.
Oh,
So close.
gosh,
Yep.
beautiful. Oh, how old is she?
9.
So now we
9.
have 2 cats on screen. You guys, oh.
And now, where is my lazy ass cat? He's never on screen.
My,
Miss Bat.
Here's another one.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Angela.
Sit down.
hi, Angela.
Oh, she can't hear us.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, did you know other kitties were on? Were you jealous?
I guess my cat's out trying to kill a rat right now.
So the last bit of music news that I have, I wanted to highlight an event that my baby brother went to this past weekend, and it was the National Academy of Achievement International Summit. That was in New York City. And the summit brought together innovative young leaders with extraordinary visionaries and pioneers who helped shape the world. So they honored different people that have donated to the sciences. Among honored guests were Pitbull, Pete Townsend, Duke Cage, Peter Gabriel, and Steven Tyler. And my brother actually had lunch on Saturday with Peter Gabriel. And he called me while I was playing on stage at the show I played with you guys. Steven Tyler tried to call me, and I got a message from him on my phone.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was killer.
You better send that one to me.
How cool is
Like,
that?
I really want to see it.
Oh, I thought I sent it to you.
No, you told me about it, but you never sent it.
Oh, I haven't posted it online because Maxine Bessel is my stage name, and Steven Tyler calls me by my given name, my actual name. So to like just protect my identity, I'm not going to post it. But Steven Tyler's one of my favorite musicians and my idols, so I was just really excited to hear from him. And my brother got his contact information, and I hope to connect with Steven in the future. So
Wow.
we'll see
So
where
this
that
is Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap. Oh, you're
Can you
so
please go
cute.
get Kitten Face?
Oh, she's tiny. Like
Uh, 6 months old.
Oh, she's just a baby kitten.
Yeah.
So Randy keeps trying to come in, but his connection is so weak that every time I go to click on him, he just disappears.
does he have a Wi-Fi, or
I don't know.
I wonder where he's at.
I don't know. I keep dropping out and trying to add him, but as soon as I add him, his camera, his sound, everything just goes out. So I
Yeah.
think wherever he's out, his connection is not good.
Well, that's everything that I have for music news. And while we wait for hopefully Randy to come back in, I can continue a little bit with our interview and wait for more cats to come on screen, of course.
Lost mine.
I think we're waiting to go get Kitten Face or Tiggaroo or whatever I call him this week.
I think you guys have some friends in the chat room. So we have a Velasco, Anastasi, talking to
Yeah.
Larry.
Oh, see, I don't even see that.
So Larry, I'm begging you to show human.
No.
Oh, right. What war were you in to get? Who are these people?
So the 1,000-yard stare comes from being fishing up in Alaska and living up in Alaska and being able to have conversations and not know anything about what we're talking about. Your mind is just completely blank. and I can do that whenever I want.
Larry,
I
are
thought
you
John
from,
caused that.
are you from Alaska, Larry?
No, I'm a Navy brat. My dad was a nuclear
Oh,
submarine.
okay.
I grew up all over the place until we finally settled here.
Sweet. Good place to settle. And talking about where we're all from, where are you guys at, if you don't mind sharing? So I'm in Swim, Washington. I'm on the Olympic Peninsula.
My great grandfather is buried in Swim.
Your great grandfather is what, John?
He's buried in Squim.
What?
Yeah, that's where my dad's side of the family. My great grandfather was. He was a logger. They lived
I thought he was going to say a Watsonville. I was going to be like, what?
Well, Forks and Port Angeles and Swim.
Crash's ancestors are from Swim too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We founded Squim.
And my grandfather was a commercial crabber. He lived out on Dungeness.
What?
My family's from Dungeness. Actually, they're from Jamestown. And they used to row a boat over to Dungeness across the Dungeness River to teach school at the Dungeness old schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
World, you guys. Your ancestors probably hung out.
They probably did.
Yeah, it's kind of my great grandfather was 6'7", and his wife was 4'10".
Who the heck? Who is this guy? So let's see. Sergeant Dayton says Dennis has that gumball machine cam. What? Do you guys know Sergeant Dayton?
I don't.
Okay. Well,
So Angie's here. Our manager, my wife.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Angela.
She can actually hear you now.
Angela and I actually went to high school together about 1 million years ago.
we got another one. So someone's saying Jay Potter got that gaming chair playing Roblox Guitar Hero.
Cletus.
It is a cool chair.
Hello.
That is a killer chair.
Yeah, it is very nice. Looks comfy.
Yeah, it is. Spend a lot more time here than I like to, But
So where are you at, John? Like where are you located?
yeah, Bothell, Washington.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
I have family near there. Very good. Very good. And Larry, where are you?
He's on one side of Nike Hill. I'm on the other side. I'm right in Bothell, too.
Oh, you're in Bothell as well. Very cool. Okay. And Dennis.
I'm in Linwood.
So not too
Not
far
too
from
far.
Bothell,
Not too far, no.
Yeah. Okay. And Gary, where are you at?
Snohomish.
Oh, so you're in my neck of the woods.
Okay.
You're just like right down the road from me. Excellent.
Cool.
That's cool.
And where's Randy at?
Everett.
He's in Everett.
Oh,
But not too far.
So Larry's kind of like right in the center of all of us. So that's another reason we
that's
go there.
perfect. Okay, very cool.
Oh, and if you guys are wondering, I'm in Snohomish also.
Thank you, Angie.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
It's good to see you. I love you.
It's been so nice meeting you guys and
Oh,
Tony again.
It's been excellent meeting you guys and actually like getting to like rock out with you guys on stage too. That was so much fun this past weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
We've got to do it again. I want to play with you guys again, definitely.
Yeah,
And not at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, it was the first time my son got to see us play because it was an all ages show, so he could go. But
Oh yeah, I appreciate
that was pretty cool.
all ages for that. Yeah, that's really cool.
the funny thing about it though is so Max and Maxine from the Maxwells, and my son's name is Maxwell.
Oh,
For crying out loud.
oh, that's great. That's
Too many
awesome.
Maxwells.
To the max, man.
First and last.
So I guess before we go into our next segment, I've got another question for y'all, and that is, what is your favorite way to listen to music? So my favorite way to listen to music is vinyl. So what do y'all listen to? How do you listen to your music?
CDs.
digitally?
CDs I ripped to my computer.
CDs, computer? Okay.
Well, I just listen to it always. Probably most of the time is in the car.
Okay, so is that streaming on your phone or?
Yeah,
is it...
I stream it. Yeah.
Okay.
Pandora or something like that. Yeah.
And how about Larry? How do you listen to music?
Pretty much everywhere. I've got a Bluetooth in my motorcycle helmet, and I'll listen to it that way. In my car, I get to work, I turn on Spotify. I think probably I'm not listening to music right now because I'm on with you guys. So
Fair
I have
enough.
way too many ways to listen to music.
What about you,
Thank
Dennis?
you.
Well, these days I usually stream music, mainly from Spotify. Although, although I do listen to a lot of music in on my commute to work and back, and that's that's when I can turn it up the loudest. So that's one good thing about my 35-minute commute is that it's 35-minute jams by each
Yeah.
So.
Great way to pass the time.
Yeah.
For me, it's my iPod. I have an ancient iPod that I listen to every day.
I love that. Oh my gosh. The old school iPods were the best, seriously.
Yeah, this was
I have
one
an
from
iPod
2004.
So
Yeah.
Still going strong. That's great.
Yeah.
So Randy sends his apologies. He said he tried different parts of his house and just can't get a good connection.
it's okay. We understand. Like sometimes things happen.
Tell him we understand and we miss him and we love him.
Yeah, we tried. We really tried.
We did. And you know what? Us drummers, Crash, like we have the worst technical difficulties. It's a miracle that we have this show.
Because we never have anything to plug in. Like we just
It's
I think we had to teach Randy what email was. So.
Well, and I geeked out about drums with Randy after our show on Saturday, and he was telling me that he couldn't hear you guys in the monitor. He was just hoping for the best and playing along with what he could, and he was spot on. I was like, dude, you did so
he should have said something though, because I had great monitors.
Maybe he tried to. I don't know, but like sometimes I play live shows and I cannot hear Max at all, and I just throw it up in the air and I'm like, it's in the universe's hands, man. He's got to follow me. And it worked out, thankfully. And Henry, our loop pedal, does pick up my snare. So it has a microphone that either attaches to my snare or is beside my snare, depending on what venue we're in and what the situation is. But it does follow my timing, which really helps.
So Max did seem to be kind of low in the mix when you guys were playing.
You mean like with the looper?
No, just in general. I could hear his guitar, but not real loud.
And it's been a problem for so long.
That always happens to him. The sound guys usually turn him way down, and then I am naturally just super loud as a drummer. I've got a big kit. I tilt my heads toward me, and I usually don't get mic'd because I'm so loud. But I was mic'd this last time, and I tend to really project with my vocals. So I'm naturally just a loud musician on drums and vocals, and they're always turning him down, and it's frustrating. In fact, when he totally ignores them and he leaves it up, it's a lot better. But yeah, I'm usually way louder than him, and we're trying to figure out a way to condense that, figure out a way to have him level with me. So, we've only been playing live shows in the city for a little over a year now, and we're saving for some newer equipment for him specifically so that we can hear him a lot better out in the crowd. I appreciate that feedback though, because he's like, I have a hard time hearing him, and he's like, I wonder if people are having a hard time hearing him. And then when we hear our recordings from the show, we barely hear him. We can only hear me.
Right. Well, let's go into your neck of the woods real quick.
Okay.
So I'm super pumped about this show, and I'm kind of sad that I can't go. So this Saturday at Jazz Bones, Poison Idea, which I've never seen them, and I'm a huge fan of those guys. Accused AD, Acid Teeth, and Victims Panel is playing Jazz Bones. And then we have the
Isn't
Debbie
that
Black.
Poison Idea's last show in Washington or something?
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh man, that really
Oh,
kind of
my.
bummed me out a little bit because I can't be there. Like my birthday party's that day. Well, on again Saturday the 21st, Debbie Blackout, Six Gun Quota, Somewhere in Between, and Wall Crawler are playing Airbus down in Kelso.
That's going to be a good show.
Yes, we have Black Karma Social Club, Drainage X, Lust for Glory, and TVA is playing again Saturday the 21st at the Eastside Bar and Grill in Portland, which I absolutely love that place. Nay Cozzolino is live playing at Pipe Dream Brewery, and that is in New Hampshire. Migfest 3 is going on. Peter DeStefano, Stephen Perkins, I think, and Zach Mellon, Bruiser Brody, the Glen Cannon Band, Celia Wyatt Olney, and the Wreckage and Insitar are playing the October 12th at Club Sir.
That's a good club.
And that's Miggs. That's Steve Miggs from KISW.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And,
yeah.
yeah, I love Steve. I love Miggs. And Miggs, if you're watching, say hi to little Lulu for me. He's got a dog named Lulu.
Oh,
And then last but not least, we have Johnny Flambe at Peebles this Saturday, 9 to 1.
awesome. So I got some to add to our neck of the woods, and that is Late Night Shiner is going to be in Lacey, Washington at Frank's on 9/27. And let's see, Saturday, October 19th, that is coming up quick next month. We're going to have October Birthday Bash at the Bethel Saloon, and it's going to be Psycho 78, G8R, and Chili Immunity. That's going to be 9 p.m., 21 and older. And like I said, the Bethel Saloon there in Port Orchard. And let's see, we are going to have Murder Weapons on November 1st at 8 p.m. They're going to be in Mountain Lake Terrace, Washington at the Nile Nightmares Haunted House. So that's November 1st. Somewhere between, they're going to be this Friday in Kelso, Washington. This Friday, September 20th at the Hangout, Moses Lake, Washington. Show starts at 9 p.m. And Tim Purdue sent me next Tremor Cats show with Mike Moldy, Twisting Fate, Wayside of Hope will be Friday, September 20th, starting at 8:30 p.m. And that's what I got for you.
I do have one more.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Yep.
feel like we should really promote this one too. So we have November 1st, which is Day of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
And Antlerbag, the Disorderlies, the Maxwells, and Fader Butterfly will also be playing the Mirkwood again. So you definitely want to check that out.
Well, and Crash and I will be Sugar Skull Girls. So you don't want to miss that.
I think Larry's back. I'm waiting for, here he comes. Hey, welcome back, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, I had to go find a place where I could plug in my phone. It was dying.
That happens on the show. I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It matters.
So my next question for you all is, I wanted to share some special stories, some memories from your band. So what are some, milestone moments you guys have had, some funny stories, some, just really good memories you've all had together?
Well, I remember one funny thing that happened when we played at a show at Daryl's.
Oh my God.
Went into the bathroom and there was a guy standing in there naked, and he was drying himself with the hand towels there, and I didn't see any clothes anywhere.
Oh,
I kind of thought, so I came back out and I said, "You guys don't know anything about this guy in the bathroom here?" And turned out to be Larry's best friend. That's not true. The story is true, but it's not true.
Problem. You know, he spells it everywhere.
but that really happened. You like walked
That
in,
really happened. Yeah, it was kind of shocking.
and there were no clothes.
No, he had taken all his clothes off, and he was, I don't know where he washed himself or where he was drying himself off with the paper towels.
Oh my goodness. I've heard some pretty crazy stories about that place. That's hilarious. Oh wow. Wow. That's great. Anything else you guys wanted to share? Like something funny, something, I don't know, happy, something maybe a little odd or scary? I guess maybe walking in on a naked guy in the bathroom can cover all of that.
Can't top that.
So I don't know, because that same night, we didn't, unbeknownst to us, the video monitor on the back wall was playing adult entertainment.
That was you guys.
Yeah, we didn't know.
It's fine.
And, we found out the next day it was a big.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be B-movie trailers, but there was some inappropriate stuff in there too.
Prelude to a Pistol that night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I wasn't there, but I've heard this story from multiple sources.
I was present for that.
Mhm.
Well, apparently they didn't watch the CD before they used the video on it, which
No,
obviously
I
they should have.
talked to Dan about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious, honestly. And the funny thing was, like, I asked Dan, because I played a show there not too long ago. I was like, well, where can I get a copy of this, like, DVD? Because I thought it was kind of awesome until, like, it got to, like, the weird parts, like, girls in cages and Nazi sex camp and stuff. So,
Yeah, I think that's where it got. Yeah, that's what I've heard, where it like went a little astray, a little odd. You know.
and all he showed was, like, boobies.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it was, we were facing the other way, so we don't know.
I thought it was awesome. Like, I was there. Prelude to a Pistol got their panties in a bunch. Sorry, guys, but you kind of did on that one.
It was nice though. Like we had the screen at this Mirkwood venue, and because it's an all ages place, you know, at least we weren't, you know, gonna run into anything like that with them. But,
Right.
what you guys had on your screen was pretty cool. That you had like the galaxy behind you. It looked really cool. Did you guys pick that, or did the club pick that for you?
They
The
did.
club picks it. It's just like a random thing that they have on the computer.
I wish I would have known about the screen because I have several music videos and I could have spliced some stuff from that and like played it while we played. But you know, maybe next time.
I heard there's some they're getting rid of pretty cheap over at Daryl's.
Wait, what?
Well,
I'll get a hold of Dan.
Played there, John, if I remember, you gave them a screensaver that had our band logo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, your band logo's pretty awesome. Who designed it?
that'd be
John.
me.
Oh, Randy did?
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Sorry, John. Sweet. So you're an artist too.
Well, it's kind of what I do for a living. I'm a freelance creative director, so
What? That's sweet. No wonder you have such a comfy chair.
Right?
I know I spend a lot of time in it.
I bet. Yeah. So like you design all sorts of stuff for different companies and different outlets and enterprises.
Yeah, I have, I've done everything from direct response television, infomercials, and
Whoa.
Basically what I've also get hired to come into companies and kind of work with their art department, kind of get them, moving along a little bit more streamlined and such like that.
Share creative
Yeah.
ideas with each other. Oh, that's
So
sweet.
maybe, and then sometimes maybe you could call it a hired gun or something. I guess when they need something special, they'll give me a call to come in and create something for them. And I do the graphic design as kind of supporting of it, but I'm more of a I'm kind of better directing people.
Okay. Wow, that's really cool.
So you're saying you're bossy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
I love that. Yep, lead singer. Well, I'm kidding, John. Like, something that I appreciated when you guys were live is like there was a moment when your band was jamming in an instrumental way, and you stepped off stage and you gave the stage to your bandmate, and that was just so moving to see, because a lot of times, like there's the whole idea that the singer wants to be in the front and take all the
He does.
I keep that in the band room though.
but he gave you guys the stage, and it was so cool to see. I'm a big Tool fan, and Maynard stands behind his band. He gives the stage to his band, and I really got that feeling from that moment, is that he was giving you guys the stage and honoring you. So that was cool.
Yeah, you hear that, you guys?
You honor
It's
John.
actually,
You're
we had to
honoring-
train him how to do that. And so if you notice, it was only the one song that he does that on.
And then the one
So, yeah.
And you didn't see her off stage with a rolled up newspaper threatening him either.
Right, that was backstage. Yeah.
is that what you were doing back there?
Tranquilizer gun. Usually it's a tranquilizer dart that they threaten me with.
Well, John is a diva, but he's our diva.
Well, and Divas are the best to take the center stage. But yes, John, you have to come off stage and have shots with us while your band's doing their thing, and then go back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I never drink when during performance ever.
I got you.
I just
Yeah.
forget lyrics too easy if I do. It's
I'm the same way. I'll have like a cider or a shot before I go on stage. But I'm pretty much sober when I'm performing. I'm not drinking. I'm staying hydrated with water, and then I drink afterwards. So
yeah.
I need at least one before I can perform, because I get the pre-show jitters, and it's just too much. I got a lot going on. I have to remember lyrics and drums and blah 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 too.
do you guys still get nervous sometimes when you're on stage, or are you like so used to it it's like whatever?
Not really.
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. I'm like that. I'm a little
I still get nervous every time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it gets easier and easier, I guess. And
Oh, it's super fun. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know. You have a big crowd to please, and sometimes that's big shoes you got to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Upon who goes before you. So
I'm not sure why, but this last time at the Merc, I think all of us were somewhat more at ease
Yeah.
than we were in the past, and I'm hoping that kind of showed.
well, and as a band, we've had some experiences before where some of the sound was just really, really bad and all over the place, and ins and outs and things like that. And so once you go through a couple times like that, nothing really scares you. I guess it's like it's like we made it through that. So
Yeah, the sound can make or break it, that's for sure. And the sound was really good for you guys on Saturday night. It sounded awesome.
great.
So do you guys have any advice that you would share with other musicians or for people who are thinking about being a musician?
Do it.
Just do it.
Do what you love.
Yeah, quit your job, move back with your parents.
Live in
pretty much.
Move into their basement.
and live there as
Or the
long as
attic.
you can.
That's awesome. Do you guys know any younger people who are just starting out in your life? Like maybe you've inspired them. I have
No.
students all the time that are like trying to play drums or they're singing, and specifically girls. even girls that I've known, because I've been working with youth for over a decade, and I'll see them in adulthood and they'll be like, I'm playing drums now because of you, or I started learning guitar because you inspired me to be a woman in music. And like I just love hearing from students that I've had in the past. I was the inspiration for that. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so you just never know who you're inspiring and who you're, like influencing in that realm.
Yeah, for me, I think I got into it too late to have, been around to do that. But my sons, they, I bought them every musical instrument before I got into music.
Oh, wow.
I bought them drums, I bought them guitars and bass guitars, and I mean, just everything you can think of. And they just did, so try it, see if you like it. And they just never did. They were too much into sports and things like that. So.
Oh, I see. Well, that's so cool. You even brought in drums. Like a lot of times parents don't want drums in their house. Like my parents didn't want drums in their house. I played on my school's kit. I started when I was in 5th grade and played through, elementary on into high school. And then I didn't get my own drum set until I was in my 20s. Max bought me my first drum set for Valentine's Day in 2006. So yeah, he bought my first drum set. My parents wouldn't let me have one. So cool, so cool. So they had drums, they had guitar, they had bass. What else did they have? Like keyboard and such?
Yeah, there was a keyboard. There was all kinds of small instruments, tambourines and rattles and everything. I just got them everything, and they dig around it here and there, but it just never really took. My oldest son did. He did a Eminem rap at a school when he was in 6th grade. So that's about all it went to. So.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah, it was
so cool. You can tell that you're an artist because like art and music seems to go hand in hand. You can like allow that much music into your children's life. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So do you guys?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say, I know for me, because I come from a very musical family, and my grandfather was trombone player, trumpet player, piano player, all of that, and he taught me to love music. And so Tony and I think we played viola, and then I went on to play bass in orchestra, and then my 2 nephews went on to play. And I just had a cat jump on me. And so having my 2 nephews playing trumpet, one of them is in the Air Force, and he plays in the Air Force band.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just awesome. And so I thank my grandfather for all of our talent.
That's awesome. I love when I hear that it's a generational thing passed down from families. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely very important for families to, be involved in those kind of things. And
I don't have kids myself, but I definitely influence my nieces and nephews in the music realm. I'm always buying them instruments for Christmas and birthday gifts because I'm trying to, spread that love for music.
Nice.
Go ahead, Larry. I interrupted you.
Oh, that's okay. No, I was going to say that I've got a drum kit that my nephew, he played that for probably 7 years before he got his own kit. And he went to Indianapolis with his high school drum, and he's up at Western getting his music major.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Nice. Music is so hard to study. Oh my gosh, I tried it. I did not finish it. I went into art education and graphic design for a minor, and I dropped my double major with music because it was just so time consuming. And it was hard. I'm horrible at math, and it was really hard to keep up with the music theory. I wish I would have persevered, so maybe that's something I'll do later on in life. But kudos to him. That's a hard degree. Very cool.
Yeah, I can't even read music, so I'm one of those people that plays everything by ear.
Yeah.
That explains everything.
No, that only explains
Oh,
a
I don't
tiny,
know.
tiny bit.
Well, okay.
Yeah. And I get both sides because I learned how to read music as a vocalist and as a drummer.
Come say hi.
But I, I don't have as much classical training as by ear. So I totally get that by ear stuff. John, did you have someone you wanted to come into the camera with you?
Oh yeah, she was just dancing in front of my sliding door here. So I said, "Hey, come on and say hi."
Come on in. Who we got?
Come on, say hi.
I don't know where she is now.
Oh, we got quiet.
Probably
Dang
gotta put her clothes on.
Yeah, tell her to put clothes on before she comes
Good
on.
times.
it.
Yeah, we try to stick to the FCC rules here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be a first.
Come say hi.
So I had another question for you all, and that
Here
was,
he is.
do you have any upcoming events?
This is hi.
Oh, hey, Angel.
Angel.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
There's everybody. Oh my gosh.
Almost.
Almost.
No,
Where's
it's not
Randy?
Randy.
There's no Randy. His connection
beautiful.
is bad. Bad.
Angela, when you call me, text me. We need a schedule. I
Yes.
love you. I have to go get my daughter.
Okay. See ya.
Angel.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with Angel this last weekend. Seriously.
I did too. I did too. Dude, she's amazing. I absolutely love her.
Yeah, we had a blast with all of you guys. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. I mean, just rocking out, meeting new musicians. It's like a passion of mine. So what I was going to ask is, what upcoming events do you guys have or milestones? Are you recording? Do you have other shows coming up, etc.?
No shows coming up. We got a couple songs we're getting done, finished up in the studio.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got Randy's gonna have arm elbow surgery, so we don't have anything scheduled until we know what that means.
Okay. Oh, Randy. I hope everything goes.
Bummer.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to think it'll put him out for very long, but
Oh,
we can't really make any commitments until we know what's going on.
right. And I hope it doesn't put him out for very long. Yeah. He's an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
He really is. Like,
Yeah.
Nikes.
Yeah. Cool guy.
And Randy's a good guy. But go to Reverb Nation, Gravitas, and listen to the recording we have on there, War Machine.
I
awesome.
have listened to War Machine, and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
In fact,
Here's my
it
key.
really has Black Sabbath feel.
Here's my key.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, B.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one big cat.
Dave. Just want to
Oh my god, I'm kind of in love right now.
push the face.
He's
Oh, the Bodog.
he's getting a little bit old.
Oh, you know how that is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's almost 13.
Oh, wow.
See, English bulldogs don't live that long. They have a shelf life of 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, American
My
Bulldog.
Popeye lived almost 11 years. I was he was an old man.
Yeah, he'll be 13 here in a few months. And, other than slowing down on his hind legs, he's fine.
Here's my baby.
Oh, buddy boy. Buddy boy, buddy boy. Hi, buddy. He's a good boy.
Hey, how's he feeling?
Oh, he's still got his allergies.
Oh,
His eyes are still really red.
He's still pretty red. You probably saw redness under his chin, too. He's just miserable with the weather changes.
yeah.
I'm telling you, this rain has got to be knocking some sort of weird pollen out of the air back down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These bully
It's
breeds.
something else with like chaos.
You gotta meet Larry's dogs. He's got
Oh,
a singer.
wow. Yeah, it sounded like he had some really pretty doggies.
Do we get to meet them? I'm so excited.
See if I can get him.
I love it.
On the search for Sky.
I love our fur baby segments.
Pet time on Musicians Hangout.
Well, you guys didn't even see our other two fur babies.
Oh, look at that baby.
Oh my
it's Maggie. Or is it Skylar?
That's
That's
Sky.
Skylar.
What an angel. How old is that doggy?
Skylar's 4. Maggie, come here. Come on, say
I
hi.
love Maggie. She's my best friend.
Say hello to everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Maggie, you gotta stay still for just a second.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to sit still. Sit.
Oh, it's so
Yep.
cute.
Yep. Good. Good girl. Good girl.
Wait, I almost got her. A border collie, right?
No, she's a big old
Birdie's mountain
Burmese.
dog.
Oh, Burmese.
And she loves to sit on you because she's a lap dog.
And you would never tell because she couldn't stand still.
Yeah.
The biggest dogs are always, the lap dogs. Pretty dogs. Thank you, Larry. Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yep.
So we talked a little bit about how we can find your music on Reverb Nation. Where else can we find you?
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. I got you.
It's got a YouTube channel, but the videos are also shared on our Reverb Nation. So
Yeah, we're in the process of developing our outlets for our music. There'll be more.
Cool. So do you guys have a website, or are you working on something like that?
no.
Not yet. We'll-
No, just looking at some different possibilities at the moment.
Okay. I got you.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're trying to get 3 more songs, recorded and such like that, and then once we have that, to make the 4th, and then you kind of have
Oh,
something.
okay.
It's really hard to be a musician this day and age, because not only do we have to worry about writing new songs, learning new songs, performing new songs, but no, we have all these social media things that we have to keep up on, like
Promotion.
and Reverb Nation and Bandcamp and Crybaby and this and that. And this. It's a full-time job just having a damn hobby.
Well, when you put your music online to be streamed, I mean, you're making like 1/10 of a penny or something like that. So we're not.
Yeah, like every 10 times that they play your song or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
maybe
ridiculous.
in like 10 years, I'll get $1.
Yeah. Our songs have been streamed thousands of times internationally, and we made 89 cents.
Ooh.
See, in another 10 years, you can actually make a whole $1.
Here I'm thinking you guys are rich now. I mean, that's...
We're local musicians. We play for drink tickets.
Well,
On a good day.
I think what I heard the way to make that go 10 times further real quickly is just start singing with auto tune.
Auto-tune?
Oh yeah. Get some,
I hear that those auto tunes. I'm just like,
this is your keyboard to make your music on with auto tune. Somehow the stuff goes crazy.
Hey, you guys, Randy sent us a message saying that if you had any questions for him, we could ask him and let you know what he says. So,
yes. So I want to
so you
know what his kit is.
oh my God, you were just reading my mind, Maxine. You're such a skull pirate.
Let's geek out with some drummer corner stuff.
It's Larry's kit.
It's Larry's kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, well, shit.
What,
I guess
Randy
that was about the kid. then.
Randy's kit was out of town.
Oh,
I took a little vacation.
Yeah.
what?
Is it still out of town on vacation?
Confused.
His friend took it with him or something, or has it locked in their house and they're out of town, something like that.
Oh my God.
His friend was out of town and he can't get the key.
God.
That kind of sucks a little bit.
Oh my goodness. So do you guys know what kind of kit he has that he likes to play? Like, what does
Larry's.
he prefer?
Larry's. So what kind of kit do you have, Larry?
It's an older Pearl kit.
Pearl.
I've got some Zelgin and saving cymbals.
Oh, okay.
It's a DW 5000 double kick pedal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 9,000s.
I have Thomas.
I don't need 9,000s. Max just spoils me. I could probably do with 5,000. What kind of sticks? What are his sticks?
Oh God.
Drumsticks. Yeah.
And what size?
Yeah, what size?
I think he uses a 5A, and I think he uses the wrap tape on them.
I'm a 5B, so I usually meet up with the 7. So it's cool to meet another 5 player.
I'm a 7A, and I prefer the Vic Firth American Hickory.
Yep, that's what
Just
I got.
your-
I got a whole bunch of those.
What are the heads on the drum?
Yeah.
They're Aquarius heads. They're the batter heads.
Okay.
And then. I think
So are they the Aquarian? Oh God, what do they call them? Response twos.
I think so.
Ooh, those are nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like it because it tones down the maple shells. I wanted to get a birch kit, but I just at the time it was like, no, can't do that.
Dude, birch sounds so nice because it resonates so nice.
It really does.
Maple kits are always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, but man, birch is so much nicer.
So can we ask Randy when he started playing drums? When did he start his musical journey as a drummer? And does he only play drums or does he play other instruments? Sometimes drummers are, string players before they become drummers and vice versa. Sometimes they learn piano first. Sometimes it was a requirement to learn piano before drumming in school. Luckily, that wasn't a requirement for me. I don't know how to play any other instrument other than drums. But I
could totally teach you how to play bass.
Well, I'm learning ukulele, remember?
Yes,
So I didn't start drumming till I was like 30 something.
So I've asked him a couple of those questions, waiting to hear back from him.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Maxine, I can teach you how to play piano.
Okay, I've got long fingers. I could probably do it.
So Maxine has this Indian banjo from India.
Oh.
It's so weird. Yeah, she's probably gonna go get it now. It's so weird. Like it's part piano as you have keys that you like a keyboard, but you strum it. And it's just one continuous string. I don't know. It's so crazy. There it is. It's in this thing. It's in that box. Right there. It's so crazy. Like they were like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so down there you strum it, and then the keyboard.
Interesting.
Oh, that's so funny. When I was at her house, like both of us were just like playing it. She's like on the keyboard part, and I'm strumming it. And Max is like, "Well, how many drummers does it take to play an Indian banjo?" Like, two. It was a lot of fun though that day.
Yeah, we're given a lot of interesting instruments like that. Like that one was given to Max.
I want a theremin. So bad. Do you know what that is?
A theremin?
Yes.
Yeah, those are weird. We got a reply from Randy here.
Okay.
Currently playing a Pearl Export concert series with an Iron Cobra double kick. However, he also has an actual double bass.
Oh.
Ooh.
Iron Cobra?
Like me.
Yes, just like Crash.
I like that.
Iron Cobra would be a great band name.
Yeah. I would.
It's a great name. It really is.
You know what? Steel Dragon.
Steel Panthers.
When did he start drumming? Did that come through yet? Thank you for, having him part of the show still. And I get it. Like, as a drummer, you're kind of hidden in the background anyway, and I'm sure he kind of feels like that. Sorry, Randy. I know how you feel. He was on super loud.
So he says he uses Vic Firth sticks, always rock N series for the louder thump less hit.
Oh. Yep.
Okay.
That plays itself. Yeah. I get you.
Vic Firth is just a great stick company.
Well, and I noticed like with the heavier stick, like I said, like it play like I don't know, like I prefer the weight because it like plays itself. Like I said, like it's got good snapback or whatever.
I just like the thinness of the 7As though. I think that's what I like the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're thinner than the 5s.
And he started playing drums at either 5 or 6 years old.
Oh yeah, he told me that on Saturday. I remember that. Oh, that's great. Who are his musical influences? Who are his favorite drummers?
Yeah.
Oh, I always love, hearing who inspired other people. Mostly because, like, I started out as a drummer. I wasn't a singer. I started singing when we decided to be a two-piece because it was like, oh, one of us got to sing. So I had to, like, relearn my instrument while singing. You get it, Crash.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm learning how to do that now.
Oh, man.
That's something I've always admired, were drummers that were also the vocalists.
It's hard.
I can only imagine.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't do all my fancy stuff. I can keep a nice 4/4 beat, and do like some like extra stuff in between the vocals that I do. But yeah, I don't think I could do the full-time vocaling.
Right. I keep it simple. That's something I talked to Randy about on Saturday too when we were talking drums. It's like I have to keep a pretty simple punk rock beat in order to be able to sing and remember the words while I'm playing. It's just a lot going on,
Yeah, no, and you're an amazing drummer.
Oh, thanks, girl.
Well, Dennis
You
and I
are
were
too,
talking
and
about
you
how
are
you
killing
listen to
it
Phil
singing
Collins.
and drumming at the same time too, girl.
Oh, thank you. Every time it gets easier.
IDK says, "What wood is better than cowbells?"
Wrong. Plastic is better than cowbells.
But you always need more cowbell. Come on.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, I love you guys so much. My International Punk Kings. That's the other band that I drum for.
Yeah, how
My
cool that
boys.
how your birthday landed on a Wednesday. I
know,
love
that's so cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Happy birthday. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm
birthday. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, I actually got that video today. One of my friends on Facebook said
Yeah.
that to me. The original Beatles ones, even. So I was pretty excited about that.
So while we wait for, hopefully Randy's gonna enlighten us on gosh, what was the last question I asked? I don't even remember.
Who his influence or his
That's right.
favorite
So
drummer
whose influences were? Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about or maybe ask us about before we end our show in less
Yeah.
than 10 minutes? We got about 7 minutes left.
Well, I found my cat.
Yeah.
John, I told you to feed him more.
Anyway,
That
You gotta give it water once in a while.
where did you get that? That is fabulous.
no, I do have a question for Maxine. So when you talk about you were looping, how is it exactly does that work?
Okay, so are you familiar with loop pedals?
Yeah.
Okay, so Max has a loop pedal that is connected to his pod, but it's also connected to my snare drum, and he can play a rhythm into it, record that, loop it, and it follows my timing.
Oh, okay.
I hope that makes sense because
I
I'm
was
not.
wondering how you guys got so much sound out of two people. I was like, man.
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, we only used the loop pedal on one song
Really?
that night. So like, we have a thick sound with my heavier, larger drums, and the way he tunes his guitar, and he runs it through a Behringer bass amp. So his guitar is ran through a bass amp.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it gives us a really unique, distinct
That's
sound, and
good.
Okay, I just got a wall of text.
okay.
Says there are many, however, it would depend on the genre of music. Matt Cameron is an amazing drummer and a good friend that doesn't get his dues. Chris Adler, of course, Neil Peart, Bonzo, The Rev, R.I.P. Just so many, and a lot of local guys as well.
Yay! Nice.
That's awesome. I love it. Thank you.
Yep.
Yay.
So we got some of Randy here anyway. So
Yes,
We
I
did
wish I
get
had a
some
picture of him. I
Randy
could hold it up next to me.
So I have a question for you, Maxine, about
Okay.
Max's guitar. So the license plate,
Oh, the license plate. Everybody
the
always asks about that
007
one.
license plate.
Where
Yeah.
is the guitar? Let me go. I'll go get it. I'll be back.
It's an actual license plate too.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's an actual license. I forget about the story. I'll have yeah.
All right, so
I'll have you put it. Oh yeah, it's
I-
017.
I designed this guitar, and his best friend, who is from South Dakota, made it.
Wow.
You will see that the license plate is North Dakota.
Mm.
And it says, 007 here. And we call it the 007, but the license plate is from my 1981 Camaro.
Nice.
Right. You're bitching in your Camaro.
So I still have the car, and it was my car in high school. And this was the license plate that my dad got for me. It said GRL 007, girl license to kill.
That's pretty cool.
Right on.
And I saved the license plate. Obviously, I live in Washington now, so I saved the license plates because they're cool. And the wood itself is from a barn that was from my friend Dave's farm. So this is from a barn, and so barn wood.
Wow.
Nice.
And I traced his Gibson over here, so you can see his Gibson right behind me. I traced that on a piece of paper, the shape of it, and I sent that to him, along with the license plate and the pickups here that were inside the original Gibson, because he switched out the pickups with Zach Wild's signature series. And I did this all secretively, and all of a sudden he was like, I want to check out those pickups I took out of there. He kept looking for them, and I was like, oh, crap, he can't do that now because this was his Christmas gift 2 years ago. So Dave built this. He lives in North Dakota now, and we went back to North Dakota to see my family for Christmas, and Dave brought it to their place and gifted it to Max there. So
That's awesome.
a lot of love into this, a lot of history from our friend's farm, and from me too. So
It's
That's
awesome.
very cool.
well, that's
And I knew I liked you that much more because the whole Camaro thing. So, I've had a couple of them myself.
yes.
My last one was a 77.
Oh yes.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay, I'll hear.
So,
Here's Randy. He's with us now.
Hi,
Randy.
Randy.
Welcome.
That's a really good show.
That's just a
man.
picture, though. That's a picture from the Mirkwood, dude.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah, that's what I got of him.
Hi, Randy.
you are a good photographer.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I've never gotten that good of a picture of me playing drums. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad I could get it.
Awesome. Thank you. And thanks to
Yeah.
everybody for being on our show. It's been
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you, guys, for
Thank you.
being on the show tonight.
a real honor to have you all on. So
Absolutely. And especially on my birthday. Thank you.
Yeah,
Guys.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
Thank
birthday.
you. All right, Maxine, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Have a great night.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And we're clear.
Yay.